Hello and welcome to Bethesda Big Train Baseball Network. Starting a few minutes after our first pitch here, I'm Zach Lewis, joined alongside me by our producer, who is now in the color commentator chair for today, Becca.
Hello.
Becca, how are you feeling today?
Feeling great. I'm excited to call a game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Big Train are away against the Gaithersburgh Giants tonight at Criswell Automotive Field. We are in the top of the first inning. Cal Johnson flew out to start the inning, and Kieran Coleman had a single after him, who is now on second base, as Emilio Gonzalez was walked now. So we are now up to bat number 37, Zachary Malvasio, who is playing right field tonight. 37. He's the home run leader and the hitter of the week this week. Zach has been huge on the bats for the Big Train recently.
Yeah, and he really just is able to drive power through the ball and through the bat with his stance and really make a lasting impact on his team, bringing runs in and creating momentum for the team to score more goals.
First pitch to Malvasio is a strike.
Runs.
Fouls second pitch off into the ground. Count is now 0-2. On the mound for Gaithersburg starting tonight is number 31, Owen Singer. Singer winds up. That ball is outside. Count 1-2. Another ball to Malvasio, moves the count to 2-2. Patient at the plate, getting back to an even count for the right fielder for the Bethesda.
Yeah, and Zachary Malvasio has great patience in the box, really adding to his home run streak.
Malvasio makes a big contact with that one, but it is foul, sends it down over by the bullpen area for Bethesda. Singer has to be careful of what he leaves over the plate for the Cal Ripken Senior League home run leader. That one misses outside. Count is now full for Malvasio and Singer. They'll dance.
This is a great matchup between batter and pitcher. Singer has had 4 games so far, 7.2 innings pitched with an ERA of 3.52 and 2 strikeouts. So not effective throwing the strikes, but he does a great job of getting the ball in play for his fielders to get the outs that they need.
We're paused for a moment here as the catcher Ryan Stranad might have hurt his finger there. He's over there with the athletic trainer getting his finger taped, so a break here. As mentioned, Singer has struggled a little to find that strike zone in his innings that he's pitched so far for Gaithersburg. Spent his 2026 at Marymount University, D3 school out of Virginia. Played in 8 games there at Marymount. Only 5 innings pitched, though, so he's not a guy who has a whole lot of innings under his belt, but Gaithersburg has used him as a reliever mostly. This is his first game starting for them this season, so we'll see how he does and what he hopes will be a performance that will keep him in the game longer than what he's used to. Stranad has his fingers taped up. He's ready to go, and we're back to the full count between Singer and Malvasio at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the first inning at Criswell Automotive Field. That ball is too high and sends Malvasio over to first place. Bases loaded now for the Big Train. Up to bat is number 30, Ryan Foscolo. Last game that we actually played on July 3rd. I do believe Foscolo didn't play in that matchup, but the game before that, he was really effective. Had 2 doubles, I believe, and 2 RBIs for the game against Metro South County. Foscolo swings at that one. Strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and Foscolo is also another really effective batter for this Big Train offense. They really have a great set of batters for
Swings
scoring.
again for Foscolo. He's down early in this count as 2 straight strikes to the left fielder. It's a good opportunity for the Big Train to go up early as they have bases everywhere. As Foscolo gets a hold of that one, sends it deep into center field, and it is caught at the wall. Brings one runner in as the leadoff man gets through, and Coleman gets through as well. So the Big Train take a 2-0 lead here in Gaithersburg off a sacrifice fly off the bat of Ryan Foscolo. Nice hit from him to put the Big Train ahead early.
A 1-0 lead, actually. I think, yeah, Johnson fouled out before Coleman. So,
Yes,
Big
my
Train's up
mistake.
1-0. It's a great start to the game.
We can't see actually our third base here, so I was looking at the sacrifice fly and actually imagined there to be Cal Johnson on third base, but he's not actually there, and I couldn't see it, so that's my bad. But yes, 1 run scored. Coleman gets over and scores.
Pickoff attempt there. Malvazio is not really known for stealing bases for the Big Train, but he's been effective at stealing certain bases when the time is right.
That ball for the next batter, who is Logan Panett, DHing tonight. Number 6 fouls back. Count now at 1-1 as he took the first ball. Was high from Singer. 2 outs now. Singer in a little jam work in his first inning here, starting. That ball misses low and a little outside for ball 2.
Yeah, and Panett's going to be an no, just kidding. Sorry, guys.
Panett swings big at that one, but does not get it. It's a little bit too far outside for him to make contact. 2-2 the count now. Malvazio goes for the steal, and he gets there in safe at second. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Singer on the pitch from Singer before that missed as a ball outside, and Stranad not able to be quite in time with a throw, and so Singer has to get this out or he is in dangerous territory with Malvazio and Gonzalez on second and third. That ball is hit hard and popped up easily in the glove for the right fielder for Eli Livingston there, the Gaithersburg Giants. 1 run, 1 hit scored for Bethesda Big Train as they take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. I am Zach Lewis, joined here at Gaithersburgh by Becca. We have on the mound for the Big Train starting number 14, Charlie Hoagland.
Yeah, and Charlie Hoagland's done a great job so far this season. He's played in 5 games, of which he's started 4. He's pitched 21.2 innings, 19 strikeouts with a whip of 1.38. He really is a very productive pitcher for this Big Train off defense.
First hit from number 15, Cole McKenna, is an out over at first base. Ground ball over to third base, flipped over to first. And that is 1 up, 1 down for Hoagland and this Big Train defense. For the Big Train defense, in the infield we have Milo Gonzalez at first, Kieran Coleman at second, shortstop is Cal Johnson, Casey Carpenter over at third base. In the field, right field is Zach Malvazio, Will Hack in center field, and left field is Ryan Foscolo. Dominic Trulio up to bat as he hits that one hard right into the glove of Zachary Malvazio. He doesn't even really have to move to collect that out. 2 quick outs with the Bethesda Big Train, and they are moving quickly in this bottom of the first.
Yeah, and while there hasn't been a strikeout from Hoagland yet, him being able to put the ball in play and have the trust in his fielders to get the out is really important and a key part of this Big Train defense.
First pitch to number 20, Drew Cobb. The center fielder for the Giants is low and a ball. Count 0-1. Yeah, like you said, really great work from Hoagland to draw soft contact to start. As he puts a second pitch in the dirt. 2 low and 2 balls for Hoagland to start. Three straight balls for Hoagland here against Drew Cobb, as after this at-bat we will go over the starting lineup for the Gaithersburgh Giants tonight. Hoagland does find the strike zone on that one, fights back a little bit. After Drew Cobb here we have Ryan Stranad, the catcher Lee Turnipseed, Marcus Martin, Bennett Siegel, Miguel Leon, Eli Livingston, and Owen Singer on the mound. That ball, as he turns and hits Drew Cobb square in the back, so he will head over to first base for the first base runner tonight for the Gaithersburg Giants. As a recap, the first 2 batters for this Giants squad are number 15, Cole McKenna, and number 17, Dominic Trulio.
Ryan Stranad is a really effective player for this Gaithersburg Giants team. Played in 10 games with an on-base percentage of 0.48.
First pitch to Stranad is ball.
He has 14 hits and has 11 RBIs, so he really does produce in the sacrifice outs for his team.
Hoagland finds the outside of the zone for that pitch. Count moves to 1-1. Nice pitch there from Hoagland. Just clips the inside bottom corner of the zone there. 2 straight strikes from Hoagland to put him ahead in the count 1-2. That one misses again. Count moves to 2-2. Pickoff attempt is a little half-hearted over to first base. Drew Cobb stands his ground. Struck him out looking. 3 up, 3 down for Charlie Hoagland and the Big Train defense. 4 up, excuse me, as Drew Cobb is hit by a pitch there. Bethesda Big Train escape unscathed with only 1 base runner after a hit by pitch. Drew Cobb, 0 hits for the Giants in that inning, as we will be back. Welcome back. The score is 1-0 to the Big Train, and we are in the top of the second inning here in Gaithersburg. Casey Carpenter, the third baseman, up to bat now for the Big Train. Carpenter has been sort of a double specialist so far this season with the Big Train. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Owen Singer is still on the mound for Gaithersburg. He did give up one hit in his first inning of play and a run. So 1 earned run, 1 hit in his first start so far for Gaithersburg. Carpenter gets all of that one. Sends it swinging. That one is back into the left side fence. Fair. Carpenter, an easy stand-up double to lead off this second inning. A rocket of a line drive by Carpenter gets him over to second base. As we said, a bit of a double specialist so far for the Big Train. One batter up and 1 runner in scoring position now for the Big Train, whose bats have just been electric in recent games. Will Hack up now to follow him, playing in center field tonight. First pitch to Hack is high. One-oh. Hack slaps that one into the ground. The first baseman does collect, but Singer not able to slide over quick enough to get the out at first base, and Hack is safe at first. Carpenter advances over to third, so runners on the corner now for Singer and no outs. Some more jam work for the Gaithersburg pitcher, who has to face the red-hot bats of the Big Train. A really nice reach there by Hack, as it's hit just hard enough that it's not able to be collected and out at first base. First pitch to number 19, Jack Gagan, the catcher for the Big Train, is a strike. Pickoff attempt over to first base, but Hack dives back, gets his jersey maybe a little dirty, but it's no worse for wear. Jack Gagan slaps that one into the ground. They elect to make the play over at first, so Carpenter gets home and scores on a fielder's choice there. Gagan is out at first, and Will Hack gets himself over to second, so another run brought in by Jack Gagan as he gets the RBI credit there. First to pitch to the leadoff man, Cal Johnson, is a strike. Singer winds up again. That ball just creeps a little too far inside. 1-1.
Cal Johnson really does perform for this Big Train offense with his hitting. He's had 5 home runs so far this season, two of which were in one game against the Grays, which was an incredible game.
Yeah, Johnson really electric against those DC Grays the other night, and his bat, as he's heated up as well, has been key to a couple of wins now here for the Big Train.
He will also be playing in the All-Star game tomorrow at Shirley Povich Field at 7 p.m. against the Valley League.
Yeah, excited to be on the call for that game tomorrow at Shirley Povich. It will be quite an exciting matchup. Pickoff attempt back to second. Well, Hack does have to slide in as he was leading off pretty far. Count to Cal Johnson right now is 2-2. Johnson with a good opportunity to get himself an RBI here with only 1 out in the top of the second. Score 2-0 for the Big Train. That pitch from Singer is a ball. Misses a little bit low and outside, so full count to Johnson. Singer winds up. That one is inside once again. Cal Johnson walked himself over to first base. Runners at first and second for Singer and only one out. So just got, once again, himself a little bit surrounded. Nobody on third, but Kieran Coleman, who got himself a single in his first at-bat tonight, is up again and looking to do more damage for the Big Train. Coleman shows bunt for a second, but pulls it back as he sees that ball is nowhere near the zone. 1-0.
And Coleman's been doing a great job. Only played in 2 games so far this season. Has had 1 RBI so far and 1 strikeout. Ooh.
Coleman chops that one. Is foul down the right side line. Coleman, a big part of Big Train's win in Olney the other night on the July 3rd fireworks night. He had a really great RBI double in the top of the 9th inning to help the Big Train win that game.
And that fly ball that Coleman just hit was going straight for the pitchers because there is no bullpen.
Bullpen scared off by that last foul ball.
Yes.
1-2. Coleman, he chops that one into the ground. It bounces right before the second baseman. He is out at first base. Runners do advance to second and third, so bit of a sacrifice piece of hitting from Coleman as he puts 2 in scoring position now with 2 outs to the big hitter Emilio Gonzalez, who just got his first home run of the season the other night against the Crop Dusters.
Yes, it was a very exciting night for Emilio after he got his home run. His dad was very excited for him in the crowd for that one.
What's a guy Gonzalez as that ball misses outside, who was the absolute, no doubter, best hitter of the league last year for the Big Train, and kind of was on a little bit of a slug slump, as you would say. He was still really good from the RBI category, but hadn't quite slugged it as he'd wanted to, as he fouls that one high up and behind. Big Train dugout. Count is 1-1. But Gonzalez has been really good with the RBIs all season. Hasn't quite hit the slug category, and so really nice for him to see one headed over the fence. Swings big at that one. Just a little bit behind the fastball in the zone there. Count moves to 1-2. Gonzalez will also be featured in the All-Star game tomorrow against the Valley League. That pitch from Singer is into the dirt. Moves the count evens at 2. Big moment here for the Big Train as they have 2 in scoring position. Gonzalez, that one takes a hop off the grass right before the second baseman, and it is completed over to first base for the out. 2 hits and 1 run scored for the Big Train in that inning as they now lead the Giants 2-0. Welcome back to Criswell Automotive Field here in Gaithersburg, Maryland. The big train is up 2-0 on the Giants, who are looking to add some hitting of their own to this. Up to bat for the Giants first is number 16, Lee Turnipseed, who we have mentioned multiple times this season is probably all name team for this Valley League. Excuse me, for this Cal Ripken League. Thinking about the Valley League is we have an all-star game against them tomorrow. First pitch by Charlie Hoagland is a strike.
Yeah, Lee Turnipseed has showed out this season already, doing a great job, playing in 11 games with a on-base percentage of 5.2. Really does a great job of being useful in the box for the Giants.
Second pitch by Hoagland missed outside. That one misses inside. 2 straight balls for Hoagland. Moves the count to 2-1. Hoagland does find the inside portion of the zone there on a nice moving ball. Count moves even, 2-2. That ball is in the zone once again. Struck out Lee Turnipseed. A really great start to this game for Hoagland, Becca.
Yeah, and the last time we were here at Criswell Automotive Field, the big train did not look as good as it does right now, with half of our pitching squad gone at regionals for their teams, and a lot of our key players just hadn't returned from college yet.
First pitch to number 24, Marcus Martin for Gaithersburg is a strike. As you mentioned, a lot of the key pitchers and even hitters for the big train weren't here yet, and this team took a little while to gel and really get a hold of themselves, but as they have in these last couple of games, they've been so effective, and even against the other top teams in the league, the Giants and the Crop Dusters have been able to find wins.
Marcus Martin, High Point, they're the Greyhounds, right? I know they're a dog. The High Point in North Carolina. Very gorgeous school, if I do say so myself.
Hoagland 3 straight balls after he delivers the first pitch a strike, so count 3-1 now for Marcus Martin.
Yeah, Martin's not as an effective hitter for these Giants as other players are, with 9 strikeouts this season, and an on-base percentage of 2.222.
Yeah, Martin has had a little bit of a strikeout problem, especially in recent games. Just maybe getting his timing a little off, especially on the fastball. That ball is too low from Hoagland. Doesn't quite find the zone on the 3-2 pitch. So Martin will boost his on-base percentage and head over to first base. Number 25, Bennett Siegel for the Giants, up to bat now. Siegel out of Campbell University. Just committed there. Played his last season at Old Dominion. First pitch to Siegel, a strike. Finds corner of the zone.
Siegel's pretty effective at getting on base for these Giants with an on-base percentage of 3.342. Only 5 strikeouts with 3 hits. Really is effective sometimes. He's last game versus Silver Spring Tacoma, he was 0 for 3.
Pickoff attempt over to first.
He can be effective when needed.
Yeah, and I think the mark of good players showing up in the moments when his team needs him. Could definitely use some better hitting here for the Giants, who have found themselves in a little bit of a hole. 2 runs scored early from the big train, and Giants still trying to find a way to respond. Hoagland has been really good on the mound so far. Hoagland delivers another one. That just right down Broadway. Count 1-2 to Siegel.
Hoagland has an interesting way of throwing his pitch. He kind of submarine arms it in a way, which makes the ball swerve better, grip it better on his curveballs.
Siegel tried to check his swing there, but wasn't successful. They call that one a swing, and Siegel now struck out swinging. That is now the third strikeout for Hoagland so far. He has been rolling with this defense behind him.
Miguel Leon on at the plate for the Giants. The rising freshman going to Maryland. He's from Bel Air, Maryland. Actually went to John Carroll, which my brother went to St. Joe's, and they were rival schools. Interesting fact.
Yeah, 2 straight balls from Hoagland to Leon. Leon joined by a couple of other Maryland commits or players as he gets a hold of that one. That's into right field. Malvazio collects. Siegel stops at second, so now runners on first and second for the Giants, and they have their first hit in the game.
That was really key for the Giants to be able to get some more players on base. Leading run actually up to the plate now. It's important for these Giants to get some more batting effectiveness to get the players in for some runs.
Eli Livingston out of Maryland as well. Teammates with Miguel Leon, or will be next year at the University of Maryland. First pitch from Hoagland is a ball. Livingston fouls that one back straight into the fence right by us, as we are just along the left side, right by the plate, so we got a really nice view of strike zone here. Left field is a little more shaky of a view, but we make do with what we can get on these away games. Big swing at that one for Livingston. A nice pitch that kind of dropped out of the zone in the last second for Hoagland. 1-2 the count. Livingston makes contact with that one kind of on the end piece of his bat and fouls into the dirt. Key moment here for the Giants, as they would like to see their hitting become contagious.
Yeah, and Hoagland's breaking ball's been really effective getting these batters to swing. 74 miles an hour kind of catches them off guard. They're expecting a faster ball when it's really coming in slower and just drops all of a sudden, making them swing for it in the zone.
Yeah, that change coming with a good amount of pace drop from it makes it a hard ball to hit for these batters. Hoagland now with a 1-2. Livingston, another big swing at that one. That will sit him down. Another effective inning. 1 hit, but no runs scored for the Giants as we go into the bottom of the second. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Becca, would you say your last name on air so I can hear it?
My last name is Korkus. It is Polish and spelled very funky, so a lot of mispronunciation with my last name.
I just said it to go so far with your first name, and I knew it wouldn't mess that one up. But I did want the viewers to be able to hear your full name. So,
yes.
Zachary Malvazio up to bat. He sees the first pitch too high, 1-0 for him there. For everyone at home, yes, this is a new commentating pair. You have not heard these two voices on this season. And also a new play-by-play as Carson Cass has the day off today. Thought we'd give him some relief as he is on here every day and every inning. So new pair of eyes and ears, as well as a voice, I guess, tonight. 2-1 the count for Malvazio, who walked his first time up. Another one low as Singer looks a little hesitant to give the league home run leader a ball in the zone for him to swing at, and Malvazio doesn't walk a whole lot because he wants to swing at it, and there's a reason why. Does get a piece of that one and chops it down right to the third baseman, who makes a really nice throw over to first base to get Malvazio out. Trulio guns that one over to first base, and a leadoff out for Singer in the top of the third.
Ryan Foscolo's now up. Played 17 games, 1 home run this season, and he's been effective in the box, but he's great at getting those RBIs in with 16 RBIs.
Has been a hitter for the Big Train that has kind of realized the occasion and swung well when he knows that he needs to get somebody home. Two straight balls to Foscolo. Foscolo is a player at the University of Kentucky, red-shirted there. That ball to him does find the zone. He's wearing a shin protector there that you can see has his last name and Kentucky on it. Another one outside for Singer. The count moves to 3-1. Has had a little bit of a problem getting behind in the count and has made it a little harder for him to get strikeouts. Doesn't have one yet tonight.
That one was high and inside for Foscolo, causing him to back up out of the box, also forcing him to walk. So Singer not off to a great start this inning.
No, has gotten a couple of soft contact out so far, but hasn't really been able to force too many hitters into uncomfortable situations. That first pitch to Logan Panett does find very bottom inside corner of the zone. Ball, good amount of velocity, just paints an uncomfortable place to swing at for Logan Panett, who is up. That one is low. Panett swings at that one. It's a hopper into the dirt. It does get past the third baseman. And the shortstop behind him, Leone, covers to keep Foscolo over at second, but Panett is able to get over to first on a nice single that just gets past the third baseman there.
Yeah, great job on Panett. They know that they need to have more production scoring runs, and the way he angled his hips to get that ball through the gap of short and third is a great job.
That ball misses low. Yeah, kind of to your point. I mean, the Big Train have been really effective so far getting runners on, and it's been really important for them to avoid the strikeout because whether it's walk or a hit, getting runners on and making the pitcher uncomfortable is key in scoring early in a game, and they've done exactly that. That ball was fouled off into the left side fence. Count now 1-1 to the third baseman, Casey Carpenter, who already has a double in tonight's game.
Yeah, and Carpenter has been really effective for this Big Train offense, with getting 12 RBIs and 9 doubles this season. Really great production in the box for him.
That pitch is fouled back. Again for Carpenter. Count moves to 2-2. Carpenter gets good contact on that one, but it drags foul pretty quickly.
Yeah, people having to run back into the dugout because he dragged that so close to the Big Train dugout. TJ Gramasty, who's not playing today, jumped out of the way and tried to run back in the dugout before the ball hit him.
Carpenter makes great contact with that one. Sounds pretty off the bat, but doesn't quite get far enough to get into the fence. A fly out there advances a runner to third base for Foscolo there. Panette stays at first base. Runners are on the corners now for the Big Train. 2 outs. 1 hit this inning so far for the Big Train. Number 15, Will Hack, up to bat.
Yeah, and Hack also has been doing a great job in the box with an on-base percentage of 0.398, 2 doubles and a triple. Really been effective of getting runners in with 17 RBIs as well.
Hack fouls off that last pitch, moves the count to 1-1. Pitch is about head level for Will Hack on this one, as once again Singer just struggling a little bit to find the zone.
Yeah, Will Hack stands at 6'3", so that ball was way high for Singer to be throwing.
Yeah, has struggled a little bit with his control so far and kind of left the wrong pitches over the plate. Ball misses again, 2-1. One is fouled straight up for Will Hack, but does drift over the foul sideline, so 2-2.
Another fun fact about Will Hack, he went to another one of my brother's rival high schools, and I believe they played baseball against each other, because my brother played baseball at St. Joe's, so really cool to see.
Hack fouls that one in the dirt. Hack is out of Ellicott City, Maryland. More local guy for this Big Train team. Hack digs in, 2-2 count. Swings hard at that one again, but it's fouled back.
I believe there was some confusion with the scoreboard. Coach Sal yelling over across the field to the first base umpire, saying that it's a full count when the scoreboard was not showing that.
I believe it is a full count to Will Hack, so facing a payoff pitch. That one is put into the dirt, almost gets past Stranad at the plate, and now bases loaded with 2 outs for Singer and the Gaithersburg Giants defense. Coach now with a visit to the mound, see if Singer stays in this one any longer.
There is one person warming up in the Giants bullpen area. I believe they're using their batting cage for that. But this might just be a pep talk for for Owen Singer, my bad. Owen Singer, just to get him to clear his head out and really focus on getting that the next batter out and being able to finish this inning strong.
Yeah, Singer getting a few words of encouragement or coaching and looking to have him get this last out and end the inning. Giants looking to get one out, as that will stop the bleeding here and allow any runs in the third inning for them.
Jack Gagan up. He's in the portal right now from Tusculum. He went to Tusculum College or University and is in the portal right now.
Gagan makes contact with that one. It goes right over to second base. They get the out there, so that will do it for the top of the third. One hit, but no runs scored for the Giants as the score is 2-0 for the Big Train. We move into the bottom of the third. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Leading off for the Gaithersburg Giants, number 15, Cole McKenna, grounded out his first time up. He receives a strike as his first pitch. Charlie Hoagland still on the mound for the Big Train. Good frame there from Gagan, but that one is called a ball. Count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, Cole McKenna also an all-star for the Ripken League this season, so we will be seeing him tomorrow. At Shirley Povich Field.
Hogan finds the zone well there. McKenna now down in the count. McKenna has had a great season with the Giants so far. He swings at that one. It's fouled back into the fence.
And McKenna also just committed to Longwood University in Virginia. It is a very gorgeous campus, I will say.
McKenna made contact with that one again, but once again, foul. Hoagland doing a really nice job forcing batters to have to swing as he gets them down in the count early. Forcing difficult contact as he kind of paints the outside corners of the zone. A swing at that one for Cole McKenna, and Charlie Hoagland has another strikeout. Cole McKenna sits down in another inning opening strikeout for the Big Train.
And our pitching coach over on the sideline here After Hoagland just pitched that strikeout, was that attaboy. Really a great encouraging pitching coach that truly is compassionate and love for everyone on the staff and team.
That ball does find the zone to Dominic Trulio, who is up now for the Giants. As I mentioned, Lopez is a guy who brings a different kind of energy to this big train team. Really a one-of-a-kind coach and human, and just loves to use his energy to encourage his players. Logan misses on that one, a little outside. Count moves to 1-1. Hoagland delivers. That one is fouled back by Trulio.
And
Probably
Trulio,
taking a quick time to get a couple more baseballs.
Trulio going to Seton Hall University. He's from Connecticut, West Hereford, Connecticut. Has 18 hits, 12 strikeouts, and an on-base percentage of .369. So a pretty effective batter for the Giants.
That ball doesn't quite find the zone. Hoagland's not entirely sure where that one missed, but count moves to 2-2. As you said, the starting couple batters for this Gaithersburg Giant have been very effective in this season. The Giants were top of the division and the league for a little while, have kind of had a little bit of a fall off since then, and are looking to use their top guys, McKenna, Trulio being Drew Cobb, and Stranad being some of those guys to really bring the energy and hitting into this team.
Yeah, and the Giants need to work on producing more hits for the in order for them to score and have runners on base, instead of just leaving them out in scoring position each inning.
Another ball from Hoagland puts the count full, 3-2. Payoff pitch here is low to Trulio. Hoagland walks his man over to first base. Only his second walk tonight. Up to bat now, number 20, Drew Cobb, center fielder for the Giants.
Drew Cobb out of Jacksonville University, which is a Conference USA team, and Delaware, which is the university I go to, just joined the Conference USA. Just joined Conference USA, and I've actually seen Drew Cobb play. He's a great outfielder. He made some great plays during the Jacksonville season.
Cobb thought about swinging on that one. Home plate umpire says he did. Count moves to 1-1 now.
Yeah, and that ball just grazed the edge of the zone for Hoagland. Does a great job with his slider.
As a correction to my earlier statement, Cobb was the third man walked as he was hit by pitch last time, turned and took a ball squarely between his shoulders. So painful way to get to first base, but he did so.
Charlie does a great job of putting that slider right on the edge of the zone, getting the batters to swing for it or go for it, at least in most cases.
Off attempt over to first base. Unsuccessful. Hoagland ahead in the count, 1-2 to Cobb. Delivers. Cobb thinks about swinging it. They check it down the line. Say he did not swing, was able to pull it back just in time. 2-2. Does swing at that one. Drew Cobb struck out swinging.
Yeah,
as Hoagland is moving these guys along.
Another great slider for Cobb, as this just proves he gets those batters swinging and really gets them thrown off by the way that the ball moves out of the zone so quickly.
Yeah, that one dropped to the inside corner just outside, and a really hard pitch to be able to make contact with for Cobb. Foul ball chopped up. Gagan dives for it. just not able to get it in his glove there. Gagan lays out fully for that one, not able to keep it in his glove, but really great effort from him there on the foul tip ball. Ryan Stranad, his opposing catcher tonight, in the box. That one was just snow cone, just in the tip of his glove. Check. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. We apologize as if you have been on our stream recently, our portable Wi-Fi device is not very reliable and sometimes just gives out on us. So we apologize for any of the game that you might have missed so far. The Giants did score in their last inning off a walk by Trulio that was then brought in by Ryan Stranad. And Lee Turnipseed also had a single in that inning. The score is now 2-1. Big Train lead, and now are up. Cal Johnson is up in top of the fourth inning, and count to him is 2-2 after that one misses low. We do have a new pitcher for the Giants, number 8, Alex Bergen.
Yeah, Bergen is a really good pitcher out of Gettysburg College. He went to Good Counsel, which is right up the road in Olney, Maryland. Another very competitive private school in the Maryland Catholic Conference, and really just produces great pitches. He pitched 5.2 innings with a whip of 2.65.
So Cal Johnson did strike out there, so Bergen comes in and gets his first batter out. Coleman is now up to bat. Coleman opened his batting today with a single, but grounded out his last time up, so 1 for 2 tonight. It's been a very nice addition. Quite a talented player for the Big Train to add so late in the season. Swings large at that one. Count moves to 1 and 2. Coleman has a very interesting batting stance back. His legs are really pretty far apart, and he leans down pretty far on his swing.
Yeah, that allows the zone to be a little bit lower for him, so that when he builds up his momentum and he actually goes and stands up higher, but the zone is already set when the pitch is coming through, so he has a lower zone to be able to hit balls more like golfing almost.
That pitch misses low. Count 2 and 2 to Coleman. Swings hard at that one. 2 up and 2 straight strikeouts for Bergen. He's come in and been exactly what the Giants need from the mound. Great pitching for him as he sits the first 2 batters down for the Big Train.
Yeah, and the high school that Alex Bergen has come from is a very competitive athletic school in general, but especially in baseball. Then the Good Counsel just produces great athletes all around.
Is definitely a pillar of athletics, especially in this part of Maryland. Lots of very talented players from pretty much all sports out of Good Counsel. Emilio Gonzalez up to bat, now wearing 46 for the season. Fouls his first pitch, count 0-1. Gonzalez swings once again, but foul once again as he makes contact. Gonzalez so far has had a walk and a ground out, so looking to get his first hit. Quick timeout as the plate umpire goes and collects a few more baseballs from the dugout of the Giants.
Giants don't have a ball boy, I'm just now realizing, as the coaches are bringing the balls out to the ump.
Gonzalez makes contact with that one. It is flying, and it is into the fence. Gonzalez jogging over to second base. He will hold up there, but a great hit from Gonzalez. He catches hold of all of that one and sends it flying back into the fence here at Criswell Automotive Field.
Yeah, great hit by Gonzalez. Really able to step up his batting today after a rough last inning for him.
Well, and that will certainly add to Gonzalez's slug as well. We've known all season that he has the power to hit it far, and he showed exactly that he can do that tonight. Hitter of the week in the Cal Ripken Senior League, Zach Malvazio, up to bat now. He, similarly to Gonzalez, had a walk and a ground out so far tonight, looking for his first hit as well. First pitch to him is a strike. That one is outside, so count moves to 1-1. Bergen is at a Gettysburg College. Pickoff attempt to second base is successful. Gonzalez safe there. Bergen pitched in 16 games there with the Gettysburg College Bullets. 34 innings pitched and 16 earned runs, so has a 4.15 ERA. Kind of in the okay range there for him. 2-1 to Malvazio.
And baseball and softball just run in Bergen's family. His mom played softball at the University of Virginia.
That pitch gets away from the catcher for the Giants, Ryan Stranad, and Emilio Gonzalez is now over to third base. Runner in prime scoring position for hitter of the week, Zach Malvazio. Count 3-1. Dangerous moment here for the new pitcher, Alex Bergen. Malvazio swings hard at that one. Foul tip back into the glove of Stranad.
Yeah,
Full count.
Malvazio does a great job of trying to stay alive in most of these face-offs against pitchers. Really going for anything or being patient and just sitting there watching a ball go by.
Full count is delivered, but it is low. Malvazio now walks his way over to first base. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Bergen giving up a double and a walk after he strikes out his first 2 batters that he sees tonight. That pitch is way high and away, but luckily for the catcher Stranad, Emilio Gonzalez does not get in. This backstop at the field for the Giants is pretty close into the plate, and so it's pretty hard to sneak in off a wild pitch as the ball kind of rebounds pretty close back to the plate. Stolen base attempt from Malvazio as he reaches easily on a slide over to second. The throw not in time for Stranad.
Yeah, Malvazio also a great base stealer for this big train team. Really effective and fast moving.
Yeah, not exactly what you expect out of a big hitter, but he's pretty quick as well. Foscolo fouls off that pitch and count moves to 1-2. Bergen getting ahead for the first time since his 2 strikeouts and looking to escape this inning without any damage as he has 2 runners in scoring position right now. Solo swings. That one does make contact, but it's into the shortstop's glove. Play is safe over at first base. 2 runners scored. Gonzalez and Malvazio get across as the throw is not quite in time over to the first baseman. Foscolo reaches to first base. 2 runners score. Big Train are up 4-1.
Yeah, what a great job by Foscolo to get that ball away from the runners that will bring in more runs and to move fast enough to get there to get to first safely.
That ball is a strike to Logan Panett. Foscolo now has 3 RBI already on the night. Incredible hitting performance from him so far.
Yeah, great night for Foscolo, and it's still early in this game.
Panett takes a swing at that one. It is into right field. He is under it there. Eli Livingston for the Giants. 2 runs scored on 2 more hits for the Big Train. They lead 4-1 here in Gaithersburg. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Big Train lead the Giants 4-1 at their home. Up to bat now is Bennett Siegel, left fielder. Big Train adding on to their lead in that last inning. Giants' bats got a little hotter in the last. Was able to bring a run home on 2 more hits for them. Siegel takes a big swing at that one. Count 1-1 to him.
Siegel moving to Campbell University from Old Dominion, now joining the CAA, where he will be going against Towson University, which is a Maryland school.
That ball is in the zone for Hoagland. Gets ahead in the count once again, 1-2. Hoagland has been working through these batters tonight. Siegel already has a strikeout from Hoagland. Struck out swinging. Swings hard at that one. And his second strikeout swinging for Siegel. Hoagland sits down. Batter 1 out to the Big Train.
And a great cutter from Siegel, just grazed the inside of the zone. Really, no, outside of the zone. Oh, inside of the zone really made him guess about where the ball was going to end up.
Really great pitch there from Hoagland, who has been so smooth on the mound so far. Has punched the zone pretty quick in there with his fastball and done a really good job moving the ball to difficult areas on his changeup and slider, as well as a cutter. That ball fouled down. First pitch to Miguel Leon was a ball, so the count is now 1-1. Excuse me, his first pitch was a strike. I had it wrong on the scoreboard here. It is now 0-2, but that one misses, so it's 1-2.
Yeah, it seems like they're having some difficulties with the scoreboard tonight. This is like third time The scoreboard's been off.
Leon makes contact with that one. Gets down in front of Malvazio again. He hits a second single in pretty much the exact same spot he's able to get one down in earlier in the game. The Maryland guy, Leon, with a great hitting. He is caught hold quickly as he goes and went for a steal right away on the first pitch to Eli Livingston there. It is fouled back though, so he has to walk himself back over to first base.
Now it's less likely that he is going to steal because Big Train knows what's coming. Pickoff attempt right there because they were guessing that he was going to steal again.
Always unfortunate for a batter when you have the whole lineup to steal, and Miguel Leon is really quick as well, so he's successful in stealing a lot of bases, but unfortunately for him, the pitch in there was just foul, and he had to walk himself back over to first. Livingston is at the bottom of the lineup for the Giants. Now behind in the count, 0-2. Pickoff attempt there. As Hoagland delivers another one in the zone, another strikeout for him. Sits another batter down. Hoagland is just moving so far tonight. 2 outs now for the Big Train as Livingston sits down.
Another great fastball from Hoagland as that one's right and down the middle for a great strikeout to put them ahead in this inning.
Yeah, not entirely sure why Livingston didn't swing as that one was pretty close to the center of the zone. I mean, it would have been a great ball, but just blows it by him too quickly before he could react. And Hoagland has just been on fire so far. Cole McKenna, the all-star, leading off the line for the Giants. He sees the first pitch in the zone. 0-1. Ball is fouled into the ground for Cole McKenna. Once again, Miguel Leon opted to go for the steal, but has to walk back to first again as it was a foul ball.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Leon because they've been checking him at first multiple times before giving a pitch to McKenna, and the time he does decide to go, it's fouled off, so he has to go right back to first.
McKenna has a ground out and a strikeout so far tonight. He swings hard at that one. Struck out swinging for Cole McKenna. Charlie Hoagland on fire. The Big Train do their damage there. Score 4-1 to the Big Train. We will be back. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Zach Lewis, joined alongside Becca Korzoff.
Corcus.
Corcus. Ah, my bad.
Rhymes with corpus.
Porpoise. So Becca Corcus, our normal producer for our home games, is alongside me as our color commentator tonight. Big Train up, 4 runs to 1. We are in top of the 5th inning. Casey Carpenter up to bat for these Big Train. Casey Carpenter, very nice double to start off this game. Moves to 1-1 on the count of the last pitch to strike. After that, flew out. So 1-2 on the night. Foscolo gets good contact on that one, but quite quick enough to get past the shortstop. He delivers over to first base, and an out there, ground out for Casey Carpenter.
Will Hack coming up, the JMU product. Done a great job so far this season as a Big Train. Normally a Duke.
Will Hack does have a single already tonight. It's the first pitch he sees from Alex Bergen is a strike. Bergen had a very good start to this one. 2 straight strikeouts, but after that gave up 2 walks and then a hit to bring in 2 runners. Brian Foscolo with the 2 RBI single brought in Emilio Gonzalez, who got on the double, and Zach Malvazio, who walked his way on base. 1-1. Catches the bottom of the zone. 1-2 for Alex Bergen.
Will Hack does a great job of getting RBIs. He's in 18th place in the league with 23 RBIs this season.
Great return with 23, and also does especially well with runners in scoring position. That one does find the zone, however. Strike out looking for the center fielder, Will Hack. Alex Bergen does claim another victim here.
A great fastball for Bergen, as that one's high right on top corner of outside of the zone. Inside the zone, high outside corner of the zone.
Yeah, nice fastball from Bergen there as he looks to keep the defensive momentum moving. That ball finds the zone once again for Bergen. Jack Gagan, the catcher, in the bottom of the lineup for Big Train, has the only RBI for this game that's not attributed to Ryan Foscolo, as he catches hold of that one again underneath the glove of the center fielder, who gets underneath that one. 3 quick outs for the Giants will send us to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Big Train as we have number 44, Aiden Parker from George Mason.
Yeah, Aiden Parker is an A10 conference rookie, was on the A10 conference all-rookie team. He's played in one game so far, but with that one game, it's been an impressive game.
So that will end the night of Charlie Hoagland, as he had a very good start for the Big Train. He has pitched more innings tonight than he's maybe used to, but still able to do a really good job in his outing. Up to bat is number 17, Dominic Trulio, as Cole McKenna was strikeout to end the last inning.
Yeah, Aiden Parker, last game he played, had 5 strikeouts. So that one's tipped from Trulio. Had 33 pitches with 5 strikeouts, no hits, only 2 innings pitched. It was a very effective game for him.
Yeah, Hoagland there with 9 strikeouts on his night. Really made these giant bats work and sat down so many of them. Really great outing for him as he looks to lower his ERA. And if you're a college coach and you see that for Hoagland, that's a guy that you want playing innings for your team.
Yes, it is. Aiden Parker is another giant for the Big Train, standing at 6'8", an impressive 6 feet 8 inches. Very, very tall.
Yeah, and that tall frame as well as long arm will make it so that when he punches that ball in the zone, that fastball will feel so much faster, as his release point is actually a lot further because he is just so tall. 2-2 count to Trulio. That one is high in the zone, but he swings at it. First batter faced is a strikeout for Parker. Blew that one by him.
Yeah, a great fastball to catch Trulio swinging on that ball. 89 miles an hour, just an insane velocity.
You can see already Parker has quite a lot of velocity behind his arm. That one misses just outside, 1-0 to Drew Cobb, the center fielder. That one does find the zone, moves the count to 1-1.
That one just grazed the inside corner of the zone. Really great placement on Parker's part.
Cobb makes contact with that one. It stays in, gets down in front of the left fielder, Ryan Foscolo. Big Train collect that one, but Drew Cobb has himself a single.
And it's actually a beautiful night here in Gaithersburg as this heat wave is past us. Only 81 degrees, but I have put a sweatshirt on because it feels a little chillier than that.
Ryan Stranad takes a big swing at that one. Mentioned the weather is nice here. It threatened storms for a minute here. We had a couple of big storms last couple nights here. Game last night was canceled at Shirley Povich against the Metro South County Braves.
Yeah, and I actually had some storm drama of my own. There was a tornado that blew through my hometown, causing lots of damage.
Ryan Stranad swings at that one. Goes down in the count 0-2. Yeah, right near the Only Crop Dusters ballpark, a tornado came through and knocked down quite a few power lines. So many people in the area out of power and suffering some from storm damage. That ball is collected quickly from Jack Gagan off a bit of a wild pitch, and Drew Cobb able to get in there at second base. It was a good throw from Gagan over there, but not quite in time in order to get the guy out. Runner in scoring position now with one out to the new pitcher, Aiden Parker, for the Big Train.
Yeah, and this Big Train defense has been doing a great job of reducing the number of runs that the Giants bring in over the past 5 innings.
No, one error so far for the Big Train, none for the Giants. And the Big Train only lead the Giants by 1 hit, 6-5, but Big Train been a lot more effective when they get their hits, and that has led to them scoring. That ball is fouled up by Stranad. Gonzalez comes in to make the out. Actually goes over to Gagan. Gagan gets it in his glove. Keeps Drew Cobb over at second, so a great out there from Gagan, who tracks it into the lights back by the backstop. A foul out for Stranad, and Drew Cobb stays over at second, where he got himself over with a stolen base.
Yeah, great job by Gagan. Wait to see that ball and get under it, because the last foul up that was there, he had to dive and catch it, but this one he was able to make standing. So great job by Gagan on that.
Lee Turnipseed, who's now in the box for the Giants, takes a big swing at the first pitch he sees. 0-1. Turnipseed has a strikeout and a single so far. 1 for 2.
Parker stepped off the mound for a second just to collect himself and regroup before he throws this pitch.
Parker misses outside on that one. Count goes 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1 for Lee Turnipseed. Turnipseed swings hard at that one. 1-2 count for him.
Great sinker from Parker. That one's right in the zone, causing Turnipseed to swing at that.
Turnipseed makes contact once again with that one. Malvazio calling off his second baseman there to get the out. No damage in this one, with a couple of hits for the Giants, but no runs scored. Score is 4-1 as we go to the top of the 6th. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Here in Gaithersburg, The Big Train are leading 4-1. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Cal Johnson, shortstop. Maryland commit is up to bat. He sees the first pitch inside, a ball. Pitcher on the mound, still Alex Bergen for the Giants. Bergen has been a little hit or miss. He's had some really great strikeouts in this game, as that one misses low again. But has given up a couple of balls in the zones where you really don't want to, and has resulted in 2 more hits and runs for the Big Train as they lead 4-1. Johnson gets that one. A really nice play by the second baseman. He bobbles it for a second, though, after he makes the stop from the hit from Cal Johnson. He's able to recover well, though, and flips it over to first base. Does get the out.
Yeah, and Johnson hit that ball so hard that part of his bat started splitting and shooting wood all over the place. He was in the splash zone of wood flying tonight.
Fireflies are out on this summer evening. Coleman shows bunt. That one was fouled into Coleman, however, so he has to put himself back into the box, and now he's down in the count 0-1. It turned out to be a very pretty night here in Gaithersburgh after storms threatened all evening but didn't blow through, and we're able to have this game. Starting to get close to the end of the season, and not a lot of time to make up games, so most games that get rained out will turn into double headers. That one is outside on the pitch to Coleman. 1-1. Coleman makes big contact with that one. It does just drift to the right, a bit of a fade on that one, and so it gets under the glove of the right fielder, Eli Livingston, for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for Bergen in this inning as he continues to play good defense against these Big Train, who were heating up early, and they've looked to try and cool them down in these last innings.
Yeah, Bergen's been doing a great job of getting that ball put into play for his fielders to really execute their positions and get these batters out as the game starts to wind down.
Ball 1 to Emilio Gonzalez, who doubled his last time up. That ball misses low once again.
That one down by his shins. It's a good thing he is wearing a shin guard, because if it were to hit him, that would hurt a lot.
That one does find the inside portion of the zone. A good strike there from Bergen. Bergen a smaller frame, so he has quite an explosive windup, but able to pack a good amount of power into the zone. That one does miss, though, however, into the dirt. 3-1 to Gonzalez, who has been very patient at this at-bat. Gonzalez, good swing of that one, but it's fouled back. Full count now as Bergen set to deliver payoff pitch. Bergen delivers. Gonzalez hits, but it's right into the glove of Eli Livingston there. 3 up, 3 down for Alex Bergen and the Gaithersburg Giants. They keep the Big Train scoreless as we go into the bottom of the 6th. So Marcus Martin, who has been pinch hit for number 45, but not the number 45 we have on the roster. We'll find out who the pinch hitting for as we welcome you back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Zach Lewis is here, joined by Becca Corcas. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Big Train lead 4-1. They were held scoreless in their last inning. 3 straight outs for the Giants.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of jersey number changing around the league. Emilio Gonzalez had to change his jersey because it flew off out of his truck bed on his way home from a Silver Spring Tacoma game one night. And then I remember the brothers, the the Keller brothers. Kaler brothers. Coming into Coach Sal's office to ask for a jersey change. Coach Sal put that down right away.
So the number 45 for these Giants is Derek Poole. He hits that one in to left, and it's under the glove of Ryan Foscolo. So an out to start for the pitcher for the Big Train, Parker. So we did find who it is. It is Derek Poole. He is on their roster, but I think a later addition for these Giants. Strike one to Bennett Siegel, who already has 2 strikeouts, both swinging on the night. Siegel would love to have probably any other result other than strikeout in this at-bat. Well, he does make contact on this one. Good hustle from him over to first as it gets to the shortstop, but very good throw from Cal Johnson gets him out at first, and that is 2 outs now for the Big Train. Both teams playing good defense in the later parts of this game.
Yeah, and Cal Johnson has just been a really effective shortstop. He started the season catching and playing third, I believe, if my memory suits me. And he's just been doing a great job at the shortstop position.
Well, first swing on the bat at this at bat for Miguel Leon, as he has been by far the best player for the Giants so far. That's 3 straight singles for him as he gets to first base once again. He's absolutely figured out these pitchers of the Big Train, and he is flying and just needs to find someone else to bring him home, where he's reached 3 straight times. His Maryland teammate in the fall, Eli Livingston, is up now. Livingston has 2 strikeouts as well, so he as well would love to find some contact in this at-bat and send his Maryland teammate further along and maybe even home. 0-1 to Livingston. As he swings at that one, he is now down in the count again, 0-2. Struggled a little bit so far tonight. Parker delivers the pitch. That one a little too far outside. Really good pitch from Parker, but not able to quite find the zone. Count 1-2 now.
Yeah, and out of the 4 games that Livingston's played, he has a .500 on-base percentage with 4 strikeouts and 4 hits. So
Parker
it's really
delivers again. That one is fouled straight up down the line and into the glove of the first baseman, Emilio Gonzalez. Leon reaches on a single, but other than that, 3 outs for the Big Train as they keep the Giants scoreless again in this one. 1 hits there. The score stays at 4-1 as we head to the top of the 7th. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. Score is 4-1 for your Big Train, and leading off this inning is Zach Malvazio, the home run leader of this Cal Ripken Senior League. Malvazio sees his first pitch outside for ball one. Count 1-0 to him. Malvazio has been an incredible player, someone we actually expected to do more pitching than hitting for the Big Train, as he was listed coming in as a pitcher, but his hitting has been incredible, and we've seen him a couple innings pitching, but we've needed him in the starting lineup several games. He's come in and delivered really important moments for this Bethesda team.
Yeah, Malvazio just doing a great job of putting the ball into play, driving in those RBIs with 18 RBIs, but also doing a great job of just having a powerful bat and getting the ball out of the park.
Stranad maybe recognizing a little late as that ball was foul popped off Malvazio's bat that was going to stay in play and not off the fence. It actually dropped maybe half a foot away from the fence, but Stranad was not able to get it for an out. So the count 2-1 now to Malvazio. Malvazio watches that one as it's right down Broadway for a strike to Alex Bergen. Bergen had a really nice last inning, 3 up, 3 down for the Giants. Bergen delivers here on a 2-2 count. Malvazio does make contact with it. It is in bloop territory, but Livingston has his glove underneath it and is able to gather it for the first out.
Yeah, unfortunately just a routine fly ball for Malvazio here, and not off to a great start this inning for the Big Train, but hopefully Foscolo can bring it back and get some more bat production in this inning.
Ryan Foscolo now up to bat for the Big Train. He has 3 RBI on night today. That ball strikes Ryan Foscolo, but then also hits Stranad after that. Stranad is a little shaken up, so the ref gives him time, but Foscolo, with the easy but maybe painful ways, it looks like maybe took his shin guard there, so maybe not the most painful way to get hit by a pitch, but he does head over there to first after getting hit by one.
Yeah, these players have added more and more protection to their batting attire since I played softball. Even in softball, they now have elbow guards and shin guards. I only had a face guard on my helmet when I played, but I mean, more protection the better.
Yeah, a lot of players looking to add everything they can that's not going to influence their swing, as Panette gets good hold of that one, but it drifts just foul of the left sideline. These players, wanting to give themselves a little more protection as these pitchers, even at this level, are creeping into the low 90s, and getting hit by a baseball that's moving that quickly is just so painful,
Yeah,
no matter
and
where it hits.
a lot of pitchers nowadays have been getting Tommy John surgery earlier and earlier because of how they're pitching and just the amount of work and use that these coaches put them in.
Well, that ball was fouled up and stayed inside and not off the fence, but Derek Poole not able to bring in as he loses it a little bit in the lights, it looks like. So number 6, Logan Panette, stays alive in the box as he has a runner on as well. Ryan Foscolo is on first base. That ball is hit hard by Logan Panette, but it just slices foul. Ends up by a couple of the relief pitchers over there for the Giants.
And the umpire,
0-2 now for Logan Panette.
and the first base umpire, a little shaken up after that one as he had to Michael Jackson scoot out of the way when the ball was coming right towards him.
I don't know if he said hee-hee on that one. Panette fouls that one down into the dirt.
Panette doing a great job of just fighting and staying in this at bat with taking the balls as they come.
Panette now finding himself down, has to fight back in it. Bergen looks to deliver with a runner in scoring position. Throws that pitch into the dirt, and a very easy stolen base for Ryan Foscolo as he jogs standing up over to second base.
Yeah, this will be the 4th stolen base for Ryan Foscolo this season. Just great at knowing when to go, when to take his lead off and actually run through and go to the next base.
That ball misses to Logan Tenet. The count moves to 2-2. Something interesting actually to note is in the couple of games we played in the heat in these 7-inning games, there was a lot less stolen base attempts. I mean, yes, these games were kind of more pitchers' duels and there weren't a lot of people on base, but in the heat, I think many less people wanted to try and get the momentum and get moving enough to steal those bases in that kind of heat.
Yeah, definitely. As from past experience, when it's very hot outside, your legs cramp up a lot faster. So I think just trying to save everyone's legs and keeping everyone healthy and preventing further injury is important, especially when the heat is as bad as it's been.
Ref called a timeout there. Might have been a pitch clock warning or box warning to the pitcher Alex Bergen. Count stays at 2-2 though, so there was no penalty ball given there, but the ref just called time. Panett does get a hold of that one, but it does get under the glove of Eli Livingston, and Foscolo, who was way off his bag at second, also gets the out as they're able to flip it over to 2. Not a typical double play there for the Giants, but they do get it done and end this inning without any damage after Ryan Foscolo gets hit by a pitch on the way to first base. We'll be back as we stretch. Up to bat for the Gaithersburg Giants here at Criswell Automated Field. Starting out is Cole McKenna, the all-star for this Giants team. He has not had the night he's wanted to as he hits that first pitch, but it is too much underneath it and an easy out for the second baseman.
Yeah, just another routine pop fly for these infielders for the big train. Really, like, not much difficulty getting these. Kieran Coleman knew it was his ball and just went for it.
Yeah, and Parker pitching for a good amount of contact so far, but it's been in difficult portions of the zone. But that one is in the glove of Zach Malvazio. A great play as he has to cover a good amount of ground to get underneath that one. He gets it just in the bottom part, grabs it in his glove.
Yeah, Malvasio's just been amazing at running in and running all over the outfield to catch these balls that have been hit awkwardly and not straight to him. Just has great speed on his feet.
That one does get over the head of Kieran Coleman, so we've had, that's the third first swing and getting contact on the first pitch. I think maybe there was a conversation in the Giants dugout.
Yeah, I believe they've been noticing that Parker throws a first ball fastball most of the time. So they've been able to note that, and since Parker's fastball is very accurate and is, well, majority of the time accurate, they've been swinging at his first ball fastball.
Drew Cobb continues his good night as he gets over to first base on a single. He's only one of the 3 leadoff men who all swung at the first pitch. They all made contact, but he was the only one who was able to get down with his contact. So that ball is maybe a bit of a passed ball from Gagan there, as it just gets underneath his glove, allows Drew Cobb to get over to second base.
This is the first first ball fastball that hasn't been swung at because it missed the zone pretty terribly, unfortunately.
Parker delivers again. Stranad does foul that one up, but it's out of territory there over the Bethesda Big Train dugout side, so Stranad stays alive in this one, count 1-1.
Great hustle by Cal Johnson as he was running all the way over to the dugout for the Big Train to try and aid getting that ball.
Well, we've seen it from the stolen base side of things. Cal Johnson has some serious speed. Can use that to help him at shortstop as well. Really a great all-around player. I mean, you can see why he moved from a smaller school, the College of Central Florida, and now is at a Big Ten school in Maryland.
And I'm actually looking forward to seeing Cal Johnson play in the upcoming college season because Delaware always plays one game against Maryland, whether at Maryland or at Delaware. We're actually going to have Maryland visit us this season, so it'll be cool to see some familiar faces.
The ball is out of the glove of Cal Johnson. It was right to him, and not a great error for him. He seems a little frustrated with himself on that one. So now runners on the corners for the Big Train after the error by the shortstop, Cal Johnson.
Yeah, I think the wind might have caught everyone off guard. There was a bit of a increase in wind here, as I believe a storm is rolling in, so hopefully it does not end our game tonight.
That ball does drift inside to Lee Turnipseed for the Giants. A strikeout, a single, and a flyout so far tonight. Pickoff attempt to first base is unsuccessful as Ryan Stranad, excuse me, not Stranad.
And as I'm looking at my weather app, there's a storm approaching, and being a lifeguard, I have an ear for thunder, so even though it's still in a far enough distance for us to continue playing, I can hear it because I have a great trained ear for it.
Hopefully we're able to finish this one before the storm fully rolls in Gaithersburg. I believe there's a pinch runner over at first base for Stranad. Number 27, Braden Ruiz-Weiss is in for Stranad. believe since Stronada is the catcher, that is categorized in this league as a courtesy runner. So every team is allowed for their catcher to choose to not run, as comes in as a courtesy runner there.
And some fireworks are getting set off as a late 4th of July celebration is going on. That startled me a bit.
Well, it looks like it'd be hard to differentiate in the area of thunder or firework, because they sound pretty different. But who knows if we'll see the sky lit up from lightning or firework.
Hopefully fireworks. Those are prettier.
I don't know. Have you seen some lightning storms around here?
I
Kinda
have. My friend actually got a gorgeous picture of lightning with a firework going off at Rehoboth Beach. It was gorgeous.
Our statistician Grace is saying she was there and got to see that in person. So
Yeah, my best friend and roommate lives in Rehoboth, so she had amazing pictures from that night. I had some terrible pictures of downed trees, and it was a rough night, rough 4th of July night for me, to say the least.
well, Turnip Seed was able to get himself over to first base on a walk. We now have bases loaded for the Giants. 2 outs, so Parker tries to get himself out of a jam here for the big train. Number 45, Derek Poole, up to the plate for the Giants. He thinks about swinging that one, but doesn't, and it's a good call from him, and it's just a little outside. Count 2-1 to Poole. As the temperature is dropping kind of quickly here, as we can feel the breeze coming in.
Yeah, great patience by Poole there. Really waiting on that ball to see if it was in the zone or not.
Poole swings at that one, but it's fouled down into the dirt. Count moves to 2-2. Parker is in a jam here, but an opportunity for 1 out to get him out of it. It is 2s across the board right now in the bottom of the 7th inning.
One may say angel numbers with 2s across the board.
That
Now
pitch
full.
is inside. So full count to Derek Poole here. A crucial moment. Needing to deliver an out here in order to stop anyone from scoring for the big train. Poole gets all of that one, and it is back, and into the glove of the center fielder for the big train. Will Hack makes the play at the fence. A huge moment there. Keeps 3 runners stranded for the Giants, and the score is still 4-1. After 2 hits from the Giants is not enough to bring any runs in the 7th inning. We will be back at the top of the 8th. Welcome back to the Bethesda Big Train Network. We have now been notified that we are on lightning delay. We're still waiting for confirmation whether or not we are ending the game. I think the coaches are getting together to talk about that now. We have completed 7 innings of the game. So, no official word yet on whether we are ending the game early yet. This discussion between coaches, but we are now pretty late into the night at 9:15 p.m. here in Gaithersburgh, and storms looking like they're going to be here until later, so most likely will not be completing this game here. Unsure if we'll be able to count this one as a full win, as we have played 7 full innings here. The Big Train up 4-1, so if we're able to call this a completed game, the Big Train will have the win on a good performance from the full team. Lots of hitting all around. Player of the night for me would definitely be Ryan Foscolo. Has 3 RBIs on sacrifice and a single. Also sacrificed his body a little bit on a hit by pitch. Although it only hit him in the shin. But Becca, what did you think of the performance tonight so far from the Big Train?
Yeah, so far I thought that they have showed up and showed out, kind of coming back from their last time here at Gaithersburg, where they didn't do a great job, and the game has just been called.
So we will not continue the rest of this game tonight. We thank you very much for listening tonight. The score ends 4-1 for the Big Train, 6 hits for the Big Train, 7 for the Giants. 2 errors for the Big Train, but they're not enough in order to stop the Big Train from steamrolling on in this league. The Big Train stay top of the league and top of the division, as we will be back tomorrow for the All-Star game at Shirley Povich Field. We hope everyone will join us on what will be an exciting night. Players from both teams will be featured in that. We will see you later. Stay kind.
And the All-Star game will be on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube page instead of the Bethesda Big Train Network.
Head to the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube for